Michelle Miller from CBS Saturday Morning. Welcome to The Dish. Many chefs around the world make a name for themselves independently, but today we're meeting husband and wife duos who have created their dream restaurants together. We visit an eatery in New York City's East Village where they're serving authentic Vietnamese fare based from childhood favorite recipes. Then we visit a lunch spot in Mexico City offering up unique dishes inspired by Mexican, African, and Southeast Asian flavors. But we begin with a couple who know a thing or two about the determination it takes to run a restaurant. Romeo and Milka Regali opened Ra's Plant-Based in Brooklyn in 2020. 8 days later, COVID forced the restaurant to shut down. An Instagram page featuring Black-owned businesses highlighted the couple's Ethiopian eatery, and soon their restaurant had a line down the street. I sat down with the pair to learn how they're leaning into their faith while overcoming even more obstacles.
We call ourselves purveyor of vibes.
How do you purvey vibes?
By extending unlimited kindness, to everyone, community, guests, our team.
It's not just the kindness Romeo Regali serves that keeps people coming back. It's his unique take on standard Ethiopian fare, like stir-fried mushroom tibs or his grandmother's red lentil stew. But he never even trained as a chef.
I was doing film producing, directing, and that's why I moved to New York. But film was not paying the bills, so I needed a part-time job.
He started working as a server at the Ethiopian restaurant, Awash. He felt at home having grown up in East Africa before moving to the States as an adult.
Hospitality and food is really Ethiopian culture, and I just fell in love with it.
Leave it to a guy named Romeo for a love of the kitchen to lead to love in the kitchen.
I was managing my mom's restaurant at the time, and Romeo came in. I thought he was cute.
You did. But you had a boyfriend.
But I had a boyfriend, so, it was off limits. We just started hanging out a lot and...
With the boyfriend?
Sometimes, yes.
He kind of moved in very quickly. Yeah, and got married like 6 months after we met.
Romeo and Milka worked together for the next 4 years with a dream to one day open their own restaurant. But their priorities changed in 2017 when Romeo's dad was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer.
He had lost over 100 pounds. I couldn't even recognize it.
Romeo quit his job to take care of his dad, who eventually beat the cancer. But when the Regalis were finally ready to launch their restaurant, they hit more roadblocks, like opening in March of 2020.
We opened, and literally 8 days later, we were, forced to shut down.
They were closed for 2 months. The money was running out, but their luck wasn't. An Instagram page that features Black-owned businesses reached out, saying it wanted to highlight Ross.
They said, all right, we're going to post it tomorrow, be ready. Very next day, there was a line to the point where we can handle it.
The crowds didn't stop coming for someone who learned everything he knows online.
That is where most of the skills kind of came from, honestly. Watching YouTube, just kind of learning as we went.
You keep looking at her like you want to kiss her.
Can I?
Go ahead.
I'm weak.
Was I feeling that right? You kept looking at her like, oh, my baby.
I sure did.
Oh. Look at you. They have veggie bowls to nachos, their twist on popular Ethiopian sourdough injera.
We have things that will work for any palate, really.
Ooh, yummy.
The food's not supposed to touch your fingers.
You
like it?
I love it. Through all the ups and downs, Romeo Regali says he's never lost faith.
He said, I don't know how, but I feel like Ross is going to survive.
We thought we'd ended our story, but the hits they just kept coming.
We got a call from the super telling us that the basement was on fire.
Last week, an electrical fire decimated their West Village location.
At the moment, we're kind of in disbelief.
And if we're not able to raise money, I don't think we're able to reopen it. I'm sorry.
Despite it all, they're not giving up.
Sometimes, God allows these things to happen for something greater to happen. We're holding on to hope and faith, and we believe maybe God allowed this to happen because there's something greater in store for us.
Up next, how Vietnamese food brought together the husband and wife team behind a restaurant serving up their family's favorites. Jimmy Lee and Yen Vo opened up their restaurant Madame Vo back in 2017 in New York's East Village neighborhood. The duo creates authentic Vietnamese dishes full of flavors and recipes they ate when they were growing up. Well, Meg Oliver sat down with them to discuss their first cookbook and how they hope it introduces more home cooks to Vietnamese fare.
I named the restaurant after my wife. Her name is Yen Vo, and I was just like, I wanted the restaurant to symbolize love.
If Madame Vo was the restaurant backdrop in the latest romantic comedy.
When I met her, I was like, wow, this girl is so beautiful.
Then Chef Jimmy Lee
I have bar seating. Does that work?
and his wife Yen Vo are the lovable lead characters.
You both share this love of food.
Yes.
Their courtship centered around food and cooking meals from their childhood. Yen grew up in the South, surrounded by Vietnamese culture. Jimmy in New York.
I'm the only child, so I would always be in the kitchen, and my mom would literally make me do the dishes, cut vegetables, clean the seafood. My parents were always hosting on the weekends.
My mom also loved to host. Like 10 people could come and we would be able to feed everyone. My mom just always overcooks.
When Yen moved to New York City to work in fashion, she was desperate for authentic Vietnamese food.
And the first thing I asked him was like, where'd you go for Vietnamese food? And of course, he's like, my house.
Jimmy took her home for mom's cooking.
I mean, it was just comfort. It was just home, and it tasted exactly like my mom's, and it was like everything I was craving.
It was love at first sight for you.
It was.
And was it love at first bite for you?
I guess you could say that, yes.
That first bite was the start of their culinary journey.
When you guys got together, was there always a plan to open a restaurant?
We joked about it the first day we met, like just joke, not knowing that we would be together. We're like, oh, we should just open a Vietnamese restaurant.
In 2017, that joke became reality.
My personality on a plate right here. This is fire.
When they opened Madame Vo in the East Village.
So tell me about the menu. What were you trying to create?
When we created our menu, we're like, we'll just put on everything that we love. That way, if someone comes here and they only try one thing, they will love it too. So they all have a story behind each of them.
Everything on the menu is inspired by their families.
This was your childhood.
Yep, all in one table.
From the pomelo salad topped with shrimp, fish sauce vinaigrette, peanuts, and shallots.
It's a great way to open up your appetite, and also it's light,
Very light, a little tangy. And I love the garlic. And is it peanuts?
Yes, peanuts as well, just to add that extra crunch and different texture to it.
To a savory crepe called bon sio with pork belly, shrimp, bean sprouts, and onions. Soon ca, pineapple spare ribs with black pepper and scallions.
I thought my mom was genius because most Vietnamese households just do spare ribs with their own caramelized fish sauce. But my mom decided to add some pineapple into it.
That was her signature?
Yeah, and it just made it so much more juicy, flavorful, sweet, tangy, and savory all at the same time. And it was just a great dish to eat, accompanied with white rice.
Melt in your mouth, literally.
And Mama Lee's fried rice with Chinese sausage, shrimp, eggs, and scallions.
I mean, fried rice, ultimate comfort food.
My mom and my dad are both really great cooks, and they're really competitive. So my dad has a different fried rice. My mom has her own version. So this is a tomato-based fried rice.
Which one is better?
I can't tell you. I can't. As a kid, it was one of so flavorful, was one of the things I looked forward to eating when I came home from school, and Mom always did it right. It's just comforting.
Oh, it's delicious. It is so, so good. There's so much that goes in here.
The self-taught chef admits they didn't know a thing about running a restaurant.
You gotta be careful now.
Okay. Wow, pretty.
In fact, he was still learning how to cook everything on the menu, like vo luk lak, Vietnamese shaken beef.
Black pepper, steak, and butter. Come on.
It's magic.
And then you gotta throw it up. So now it's gonna caramelize. So a customer came around and ordered it, and I wasn't ready. And I just whipped it up and I made it. I tasted it, sent it out, and really hoped for the best. I threw a Hail Mary on that one.
This month, the couple released their first cookbook, Madame Vo.
I wanted to really spread the culture and let people know that Vietnamese food is so amazing in its own right, and anyone can do it. I'm a self-taught chef.
I can do it.
Yes, you can do it at any skill level. You can do it.
A belief system his mother taught him early.
When you think about your mom and you think about what she did for you growing up, what comes to mind?
Love. I mean, honestly, Mom gave me everything, and she taught me everything that I know today in the kitchen.
Lessons full of love, just like their restaurant.
I wanted to pay homage to the women in our lives that raised us and raised me to be who I am, from my mom to my grandma to my aunts, because they all cooked really well.
Are you getting emotional?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
really deeply personal to you,
It is
isn't it?
very personal, yes. We wouldn't be where we are today without our family, without our community. And moving forward each and every day, it's just gratitude. And just you guys were a big part of that. And it really pushed us to be who we are and where we're going right now.
Next up, how this couple created a Mexico City hotspot full of unexpected flavors, only open for lunch. Saqib Kaval and Norma Listman, they're the husband and wife duo behind Mexico City's Masala y Maíz. The food combines flavors from Listman's Mexican heritage and Kaval's East African and South Asian roots. I sat down with them to learn more about how they're redefining the restaurant business. On this Tuesday afternoon, Mexico City's Masala y Maíz is hopping. So is co-owner Saqib Kaval. Hey!
You're welcome.
Who hosts, serves,
Y'all look very fancy with your fork and knife. Eat it with your hands.
whatever it takes.
Ese chile es con extra tortilla.
His partner Norma Listman and her team are holding down the line, where the real action is taking place.
Después tenemos 10 y 11.
It's been non-stop since the doors first opened.
After almost 8 years of running this restaurant, we are stable. We have a reputation. Our food gets better with time. We're very focused. We're afraid of mediocrity and being relaxed.
Échale limón.
An intensity that's led to success even though they're only open for lunch, offering a work-life balance to their employees.
In Mexico, our main meal is lunch, not dinner. So this is a time when the family gets together, when we share, and when we have a big meal.
All right, how is the chicken?
Those meals, inspired by both Listman's Mexican heritage and Kaval's combination of East African and South Asian roots. So how did two American kids wind up in Mexico City?
Well,
First
I'm
of
a
all-
Mexican kid
Who went to America?
and imported a husband.
And she was moving back to Mexico City, and I followed her. I mean, there was no way I couldn't.
They fell in love while working together on pop-ups in the Bay Area.
I had an art practice and used food as my medium. He was running with two other chef artists, People's Kitchen Collective.
The goal of it ultimately was to use food as a political tool in the vein of the Black Panthers, in the vein of their survival programs, to bring the community together and get people out on the streets mobilizing for the most urgent issues of our time in our neighborhoods, in our communities.
Gracias, chef.
and have continued to highlight the injustices they've experienced in the industry.
The restaurant industry, as it stands, right, is built off of the backs of unpaid labor, exploiting working class people, exploiting immigrants, exploiting undocumented people.
And so we need to prove that we can be profitable, that we can be super successful, but also that we can do things right. And hopefully, other restaurants will follow suit.
Opening this restaurant was a feat in itself. First, an earthquake in 2017 scrubbed their launch.
We turned the restaurant into a community kitchen, and we were doing 800
meals a day.
Then, the city shut them down a year later.
That was about us not paying a bribe. We became loud, we became noisy about it, insolent in a way. My Mexican friends were telling me, like, Norma, you have to tone it down, you're no longer in the US. And I was like, I don't care. I'm not gonna pay it. And at the end, we won. Chile y pesca como salga.
Now they employ 40 people, including Catalina Landano, who showed me the art of making samosas. Swahili samosas from East Africa.
Yeah, potato samosas.
Yes,
Aloo pepita, make like a triangle.
Samosas are so regional, and this is very specific to the community in coastal Kenya.
But we fill it with my favorite Mexico City taco, the suadero taco.
Okay, here we go. This is exactly a lamu samosa.
Break it like a piñata.
Okay.
There you go.
There you go.
I like that. Oh, man.
And then the idea is that you're gonna mix everything up.
Then came an infladita, made with 5 different beans from the Mexico Valley.
It also reminds me so much of a chaat,
Oh, yes, very much so.
street food dish.
And the most popular dish on the menu, prawns. Cooked with vanilla, lime, and clarified butter.
Like these shrimp are super, super fresh, stuffed with this chile and milk fat and vanilla.
We cook the skin so much with the ghee, lime, and salt that you can actually eat it.
And an Ethiopian-inspired young fried chicken, finished with a Mexican chili sauce.
Pull that.
Okay, let's
the leg
go
off.
for it.
Yeah,
Let's
1,
go.
2, 3.
Three.
There you go. Yeah.
To make this, we clarify butter with a lot of spices and herbs and chiles over many hours, and it's just done very, very slowly. But it is a spectacular just mix of flavors.
Another specialty, pickled watermelon salad, topped with a curry leaf dressing.
I love the salad, and I think the thing, like, Norma's technique of the way she did a tarka to finish the salad, like, blows people's minds.
This is not my salad.
Oh, yeah.
This is Chef Kata's salad. So to me, it's very important to say, like, no. Yes, this is a salad in the style of masala y maíz and maybe a lot in the style of Norma Listman. However, it is a Chef Catalina's salad, not ours.
It all comes together for a couple who believed their restaurant baby was predestined.
There's a long history of connection between South Asia and Mexico and between the communities. And it's a very natural, I mean, when you eat the food, you can tell. Like, it's a very natural kind of blending of flavors and techniques, a lot of shared ingredients.
And no better way to end this perfect meal than with dessert and a special guest. Is the boss coming?
I think the boss is coming.
Their 1-year-old son, Tonatiuh.
This is our panna cotta. It's a lemongrass panna cotta, and it has a rose water jello.
Creating more beauty for this generation and the ones to come. What does the future look like in the spaces you're trying to change?
Hopeful. I feel like if I had no hope, I wouldn't be fighting so hard. I would have given up. Se van mesa 4-1.
It's all of us or none of us. It's caused us to think very differently of how the restaurant should operate in not just our lives, but in the lives of all our staff, all of our team.
For more stories like these and live coverage of breaking news, stream us right here on CBS News 24/7. I'm Michelle Miller. We'll see you next time for another helping of The Dish.